What is climate change?
Climate change is global warming, and people are using finite resources, non-renewable stuff, and that is escalating the process of global warming.
So if we continue to burn the same amount of fossil fuels as we are now, what year do you think it will be until we hit the point of no return?
2070?
The combustion of fossil fuels more than accounts for the recent rise in atmospheric carbon dioxide. The reason we know that fossil fuel burning is the sole cause of the rise in atmospheric CO2 is because the increase in atmospheric carbon dioxide over the years closely matches our emissions that comes from fossil fuel burning. Not only that, but there has not been any other source that has been found and identified that could be causing this rise in atmospheric CO2. The carbon cycle has a natural cycle of receiving carbon dioxide, but the combustion of fossil fuels creates an imbalance by outputting an excessive amount of carbon dioxide. This resulted in a net increase in atmospheric CO2 over the last 200 years, and even if we were to completely stop the burning of fossil fuels today, it would take centuries to go back to the amount of atmospheric CO2 before industrial time.
Plants and respiration. All living things get their energy from respiration. In this respiration process, plants receive sunlight and respire. Respiration uses oxygen and then produces carbon dioxide. Respiration takes place in the mitochondria. In this place, it breaks down organic compounds to retrieve energy. Plants have stomata, which are small pores in the plants that allow us to know how much CO2 plants respire. Stomata absorbs carbon dioxide and releases oxygen into the atmosphere. The gas exchanges that occur in the stomata when it opens help photosynthesis occur. Stomata and tree are all examples of what scientists use to measure CO2 concentration when it was low. This process is referred as proxy measures.
The largest source of CO2 absorption is not primarily on land as we have been taught as children. Instead, it is actually the ocean. Scientists discovered that around 55% of the CO2 emitted into the atmosphere was, quote, disappearing. They later found that it was becoming absorbed into the ocean. Organisms like phytoplankton take in the CO2 and release oxygen back into the ocean, which supplies to other living organisms. Sometimes microorganisms and planktons die and drift down to the bottom of the ocean, taking the carbon with them. This process is assisted with the help of calcium carbonate shells which they produce on their own. However, warmer waters will foster for an uninhabitable living condition for phytoplanktons. This will result in ocean acidification and ultimately loss of biodiversity.
How do you think humans are affecting climate change?
I think because right now lots of technology, we're building lots of car and lots of wasting energy, and all of that come together and start affect global warming stuff.